I'm going to plug social media for the next 35 seconds, more than I have for probably 22 years. I've probably done more on social media myself, Jeff doing it. Not very well necessarily, but it didn't take a whole lot of effort. I've probably done more on social media, and it probably took about 7 minutes than I have at any point in 22 years. Probably never happen again, for all I know. But you know what? It blew up. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to become addicted. I don't think you're going to see every aspect of my life. You know, oh, here's my dinner. Here I am on a jog. You're not going to get that. So I don't think I'm not addicted yet. I'm not feeling that crack of the feedback, but the feedback has been overwhelming. Nothing has come close. On Twitter, it's at Jeff Ward Show. It's blown up. I can't think of anything I've done or said on there ever before. Well, I'm okay with, like this. The Facebook pages, plural. There's the Jeff Ward Show Facebook page. Spend some time there. Check it out. There's the Jeff Ward fans page. Take some time. Check it out. I went there. I spent some time there. I posted some pictures there. Right now you're thinking, oh, man, Jeff's about to tell one of those I took the kids to camp to drop them off stories. But I'm not. I'm not. I mean, that was the focus of the day, is camp drop-off. But it turned into something far different. Something equal parts comical, disturbing, and honestly somewhat sad. I've had this roller coaster of emotions and a few hours of a drive after one unbelievable experience. No, it had nothing to do with my kids. That was fine. Put the sheets and stuff on there, blah, blah, go jump in the pool, do the swim test, I'm out of here. No, here's a camp, drop the kids off at camp's part for you if you want to appreciate this. So, and parents can appreciate this. So, yes, there was the standard camp drop-off going like this. Big sister tells little brother, stop talking, you're annoying me, I'll throw you out of the car. You get that every 30 seconds. That's standard procedure. That happens all the time. You're kind of numb to it. There was a couple of the usuals. Please stop. I'm going to throw up. Now, message to parents, should have known this already, but if you haven't realized this, I'm going to give you some advice. When you hear that in the back, you better stop. You better stop. Now, that one you've got to react to. So there was some of that stuff, right? And that happens a few times on any trip. It's just standard procedure with kids in the car, standard procedure with kids camp drop-off. Okay, but the drop-off went well. The kids were happy. All is good. Then it got weird. So weird. So weird. Driving through small-town Texas on the way to camp drop-off, I looked to my left. There was this depressing strip center. Appeared to be 100 years old, but I know it's not 100 years old. And so this isn't that far from the actual drop-off, and I look to my left, and at the top I see this sign on top of this depressing strip center there's a few cars there. It looked like a guy, kind of looked like Donald Trump, holding up what looked like a musket. Well, that's weird. Huh. But got to make the drop-off line on time, so I'm going to let that sink in. And so, yes, it started to occupy my thoughts. Why is there a Donald Trump with a musket on top of that depressing little building? Why? Why is that? Oh, I know why. I looked back in the mirror, and it's a Trump store. So, dropped the kids off. It's cool. Everything going well. They were happy. Had to go back. I had to go back. Absolutely. Had to go back. The sign says, so I go back to the Trump store. Now, let me describe this for you, describe the entire ordeal, because, like I said, it's equal parts comical, okay, and then disturbing, and then sad. So at the top, the sign says Trump store. And then it looks like it's Outlaw Josie Wales. Remember Outlaw Josie Wales? Outlaw Josie Wales was Clint Eastwood as Outlaw Josie Wales. He would spit chewing tobacco on people before he shot them. It looked like somebody tried to make Donald Trump into Outlaw Josie Wales. And it looked like, don't know for sure, looked like that character was holding a musket. I believe it was supposed to be Donald Trump. So I pull in. The sign says closed on Sunday. So I get out. Like, I got to check this out, man. So I get out to look at the store. I look in the window, which is right next to the Pray for America sign. Okay? And which is right next to Trump is Jesus. Like, there's positions perfectly next to the window that says closed on Sunday. Then there's a truck parked right there in the front, in a handicap spot, by the way. And the window comes down as I'm looking in the windows, and I see this, I'm standing in front of the Trump is Jesus sign, which is next to the Pray for America sign. There's another sign that has Donald Trump in a suit, Melania Trump, and then for some reason, a infant in a car seat that appears to be Joe Biden sign. There's that too. So this guy rolls this window down and he yells out something. I couldn't understand him. So, okay, his window is still down. So I slowly walk over to this guy. I have no idea what's about to happen. I couldn't understand him, and it was difficult. And it was difficult to understand him, even though he was trying to be helpful. It was difficult to understand him because he had no teeth. He had none. There was no teeth in his head. So it was tough. So he's yelling something to me, and he's toothless. And I'm not making that up. He says, I finally make out what he says. They're open. And I stick my head in closer, and he says, they're open. My wife is working a shift. Oh, okay. Nice. Well, the sign says closed, but then there's another sign that says open. Okay. So I said, okay, well, thanks. Okay, buddy, but the sign says closed, but the one next to it says open. So I asked him his name. He said, my name's James. Took a while to figure that one out, too, because James doesn't have teeth. He says, my name's James. Hey, James. The truck, now I'm thrown off by the truck. The truck is, I'm not exaggerating now, it is covered in stickers, one of which says donkey pox. I don't know what that is. I assume it's something COVID related, whatever. Okay, and then there's also faces of Donald Trump covering the windows, covering the entire vehicle. It's, on 6th Street, Dirty 6th, there used to be this guy that hung out down there. I'm sure he may have been a murderer for all I know, but he hung out on 6th Street, and his car was covered in plastic dinosaurs. This is back when Austin really was weird. And that's all I could think of was this car is like the dinosaur version of that, but with Trump's face and slogans of Trump all over this truck. It's a big truck. So I asked James, the dashboard is covered in bobbleheads. There must be like 5 or 6 of them. I didn't know there's different versions of Trump bobbleheads, but James has them all. And they are stuck on that dashboard, looks like permanently. I have no idea how you even drive the car because it's covered in Trump stuff. So I said, hey, James, how much are the bobbleheads? James took a while to figure it out. James says something like, I don't know. I got it for free. Huh. So, which makes sense because his wife is working a shift inside. You know what? So I posted pictures of my experience there. I did all I could to avoid any kind of lawsuits, which I don't think is possible. And I felt like it was in a Comedy Central bit, man. The whole time, it really is such a scene. You think, could this possibly be real? Where am I? Could it be a Comedy Central bit? It's real. Okay? It's real with real stuff. A real Trump is Jesus picture. Real purchases from what I could tell. Oh, yeah, the wife gave me her business card, too. She's working the shift. And so it's not made up at all. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now you're going to say, oh, they have a right. Shut up with that. I know they have a right. I know they have a right. That doesn't make it any more comical, disturbing, and sad. Let me explain all three. So I pull away, And there's a lot to take in once you've sort of been in that kind of surreal Comedy Central-like atmosphere that you realize, oh my, this is America. Oh no, somebody's believing this stuff. So several thoughts. One, I had an internal debate about videoing inside the store. You need permission to post that. And I thought, at some point, I'm probably going to get myself in trouble. I can't, to be fair to these people, I don't know that I can do that. So I was confused on that. That was a real struggle for me. Here I am dropping off the kids at camp. Next thing you know, I'm hiding between the aisles at a Trump store who looks like Josie Wales with a musket. So I had that debate, but you have to have permission to post things and stuff like that. It was pure comedy. Number two is pure comedy. The fact that it's blown up, the pictures, I probably could have found a way to do the pictures better justice, but I posted them and it is absolutely just blown up. It's unbelievable comedy. I couldn't sketch it out. I couldn't sketch out my conversation with James any better. James is perfectly nice. He thought I was going to buy some stuff. He didn't know how much the bobbleheads were. I did ask him. It didn't quite sink in. I said, since Trump has been convicted, have prices gone up or down, James? He was thrown off by that one, so I don't know the answer to it, but he was thrown off. The characters, there was the strip center, the picture with Melania and D. Trump with the baby in the back, which is Joe Biden. You've never seen that one before. There's new material there. It's all over the place. The baby Joe Biden in a car seat. So I couldn't believe what I was seeing, and I think about it. It still cracks me up. And then something else hits me, which should hit you too. It's funny. It is. It's hilarious. And then at some point, you're going to stop laughing, and it hits you, and you think, oh no, this is real. The people that run it are real. I guess the people that buy stuff are real. It's not okay. Then you reach this point where you think, oh, this is not okay. No, it's not okay. It's not healthy. Okay? It's not. It's not reality. Signs comparing him to Jesus. Big signs. Signs with a musket. Oh, it's perfectly legal and they can run their business any way they want. But at some point, you realize, oh, no. He's a bad guy with authoritarian tendencies. And if you're okay with authoritarian ideology, comparing him to Jesus is disturbing. Like when you finally get up close and see pictures everywhere, you see a man's truck covered in this stuff. Right? It's not, hey, it's cool to vote for him. It's cool to be an authoritarian. It's cool to be, whatever you think the politics are, they're not, but whatever you think they are, there's part of that's not okay. Worshiping anybody for running for office, anybody, to be clear, is unhealthy and disturbing. That's not okay. That's un-American. No, we're not supposed to be that way. These are not monarchs. No way. In fact, I think we'd be much healthier if we had more cynicism about them. But this place is an absolute shrine, in my opinion, a disturbing shrine to something really wrong. Okay? That's when it kind of hits you. Then, there's a total disconnect, by the way. This is what would hit me as well. This complete disconnect to parts of this state, parts of the rural South. You laugh. Okay, you can laugh, and you see the pictures, and people are blowing it up on social media, laughing at that too, and maybe making fun of me along the way. But then, once you're really close to it, you think, oh my, what a disconnect. We really do live in different worlds. And I'm saying this as a guy whose grandfather drove a trash truck in deep East Texas in a small town. I get small town Texas and small town America is different. This is not healthy. It's not. No one in rural America is being helped by this guy or anybody for that matter. But to worship to the point that, you got the Jesus picture. Right? Really? What's sad is that rural people believe this guy cares about them. Unfortunately, rural people believe that all politicians care about them. They don't give a flip. This one certainly doesn't give a flip. I'm thinking, James, That dude has no connection to you. He'll do nothing for you. No one's going to do anything for you. So nothing's going to change for rural America, but this worship, man, this worship. So there it is. That was my camp drop-off. 10% about my kids, 90% about an unbelievable experience at the Trump store. I don't know if they're franchisees. I don't know how the licensing works. I don't know if he ever comes back and fights people about using his likeness or attempting to use his likeness. And I don't even have any idea or even begin to have a thought on who it is that created Donald Trump as outlaw Josie Wales with a musket.